Thanks for joining us here today, everybody. We've got something really special to show you. We're doing an unboxing of an APC battery backup. And anybody that has any kind of PC, gaming, or high-quality TV, these are extremely important to have. And I own a lot of battery backups. We're going to do an unboxing and kind of go over what is the best battery backup. And if you ask my opinion, APC has always worked real good. It's just the batteries, after about 5 years, the batteries kind of go, and you can get replacement batteries on Amazon and many other places as well. So let's take a look at this. This is their top of the line premium, pretty much. Well, there are other options. There's even higher grade than this. But this is even showcased. It's even green. It's like made for like gaming. It looks awesome. The box itself just calls out, you know. So let's kind of go over some of this and check it out. Now, before I get started, I would say at least subscribe to the channel. It just means to join. It doesn't mean that you have to pay any money. That way it kind of helps me out and makes me know, hey, people are interested in things, and let's make some more videos. Otherwise, it's like, why even bother, right? So let's get going. So this APC is awesome. I mean, just check this thing out. You know, keep your gear intact from surges, stays online without interruption, maintain progress during outages. Now, mainly this one here I picked out because it was kind of black and cool looking, you know, and they have another one that's white. So this is like their newer design, and you can get them on Amazon and probably at the stores, but stores are always hard to come by with finding stuff these days for some reason. I don't know what's going on, but who knows, right? So they have a white one and a black one, and they're going fast. So these ones look really cool, and they light up, and this ring changes color. Green, I've seen other colors. I don't know if you can set the colors, but we're going to find out today. So as you can see, this thing is pretty awesome. UPSs and battery backups are extremely important. The reason why you want one of these is because it keeps a steady 12 volts supplied to your equipment. Okay, so what I usually do is I put a surge protector from the wall. That's a wall outlet that's grounded really good in the wall. You know, you get a good grounded outlet, or replace your outlet that you're going to plug in your main gaming stuff, right? So I'll put a surge protector, then a UPS, then another surge protector, just in case anything were to happen with the unit itself as far as a battery backup, that a surge protector after the unit to the device that you're using is always, like, we're talking triple backing, you know, to prevent any kind of issues. But you want your voltage to stay at around 12 volts. You want it to stay as a nice steady voltage for these things. And I can't emphasize how important that really is, because if you'll look, sometimes your voltage will drop down to 8 or 10, you know, it'll like drop and go back up, drop and go back up. And that could be not just faults in your house with the wiring, but it could be all types of stuff. In this day and age, nobody's really messing with the wiring in their houses anymore. It's just like nobody pays attention. But if you're not paying attention, or you live at maybe an apartment complex where you can't really mess with anything, this would be very good to have. It's an investment, and I say they usually last around 5 years. Now, this is a premium one. There are other versions, cheaper ones and smaller ones, but I say if you're going to buy one of these things, just go all out and buy the big boys. Don't go cheap on your stuff. Just do it once and be done, and you don't have to worry about it again. Now, this one here says it comes with a 3-year warranty. And, you know, they say it's like, you know, they're one of their best in class. As you can see right there, it says best in class. Now, right here with the APC, this is going to be a full unboxing. I ordered mine from Amazon because this day and age, Best Buy don't have crap. But the box is going to come like this from Amazon. It says APC. Now, if you go to the store like Best Buy, you're not going to see this box. They take them out of these boxes. And so it's going to come in like, you know, your cardboard box and everything. And it's going to look just like that. You know, some cheap junk boxes, right? So, this one, I have many different versions, and so I can kind of go over some of this stuff. I've been using battery backups for an extremely long time, and this one here is no different. I've bought small ones, big ones, medium ones, all sizes, and I found that your best bet really is to just buy the big ones. Just buy the big, better ones, and you'll be happy, trust me. So, let's take a look at this box here. So obviously it's like King Kong box. It's heavy as hell, okay? And as you can see, this is what the side of it looks like. But due to how heavy the damn thing is, it shows you like red, green, blue. They have different colors there. And it says 12 customizable colors, red, green, blue LEDs, okay? And then here's the top of it. APC Gaming / or .com/gaming. Now, it's not that I'm getting any kind of support from APC to do a video on this. In fact, I'm not even getting anything for doing this. But I want to emphasize how important it is to have these things. So here's the other side of this bad boy. And it says game load, gaming time shown live. So the Switch, the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, gaming laptop. It tells you what kind of wattage your devices use, which is a lot of wattage. Okay, so you only get so many minutes, and that's why I said just buy the big one. Okay, buy the big one. You know, gaming desktops, they can suck a lot of juice. Some of my gaming desktops, that wattage there varies. This wattage for the gaming laptop will vary. I got an Alienware, and it's 600 watts. You know, there's 800 watts, 1,000 watts. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? And so gaming laptops, you know, those all vary as well. But as you can see here, PlayStation, Xbox, yeah, they draw some wattage. And so if your power goes out, you still got a few minutes to like finish up. Now, I would also suggest you might want to be buying more than one of these. So you buy one for your TV and your gaming rig, or you can put them on separate things, and then buy one for your router and your modem, so that way those stay online when the power goes out. Otherwise, your game will get completely cut off. So the reason why I wanted to do a video on this is because this one here is really, really cool, and I own so many battery backups. I'm going to show you some others here in a few. Let's take a look at this thing. So it opens up like a convertible car. Look at this. This is like something like Xbox would do. You know, where you open it up like an Xbox. Like it's literally built for like gaming and everything. So this is really, really cool. So it says, let's play. And it tells you what you're going to have to do. Most battery backups, you'll have to hook up the battery because they come unhooked from the factory, so that way there's no short or no kind of issue, no kind of problems. APC is one of the brands that will have their batteries disconnected, okay? And so we're going to go over how to hook up the battery, how to do everything. As you can see, there are other brands out there. There is CyberPower. Now, I don't really like CyberPower very much because some of their units, the voltage would jump around. Like say the power goes out and then the voltage would start jumping around and your device is getting fluctuated with the voltage. And that is definitely no good. Okay, that's why I said hook up a surge protector after this unit as a backup. So CyberPower wasn't keeping a good swine wave. They call it a sine or a swine wave, where it's like a loop that keeps it nice and steady and the power being fed to your device. Usually APC is very, very sturdy. It supplies the power and does not fluctuate until it's at the very death of its battery, or it just cuts off, which is what you would want. You know, you don't want the power to go out and then all of a sudden the device is constantly putting out fluctuation voltage. You want it to be a steady voltage. I've seen this recently where the voltages on a lot of cyber powers will fluctuate, and they can damage your device by doing that. Now, there is one cyber power one that I will show you in a video here in just a few that's actually holding up and not doing that with the fluctuation of voltage. So voltages are very important, keeping it steady and steady at all times. So here we have press down on the tabs to pull away the battery door. Use the handles to lift the battery and then connect the red wire. I've dealt with this before. Push the battery back into the unit and close the battery door. Then plug in your router and gaming consoles, blah blah blah, into the back. I think they missed a step here. Plug it into the wall. Press and hold the center button to turn on the unit. Now you're protected. So basically they're just telling you, hook up the battery, and then you want to plug it into your wall. We're going to go over everything. Let's check this out. So this is how it comes. It comes with this loose fitting warranty guide that's like a complete waste of like cardboard here. Like, what the hell? And it's even like shelved kind of cardboard. And you know, check this thing out. I mean, geez Louise. Obviously I'm gonna have to fix my lights in here because they're bright as shit. But so this is the unit here, and this is how it comes. And this thing is one heavy puppy. This is actually heavier than my other battery backups, and I'm not too sure why. So over here, as you can see, we have some sort of a cover piece here. What the hell is this? Oh, they seem to have given us some extra things that aren't really necessary. You know, this is like what, Ethernet cord and stuff, and that's great. I don't know if that's Cat 5, Cat 6, Cat 20. And then you got your power cord. And due to how big this thing is, they covered it massively like this, like crazy. I guess that's what they thought was a good idea, right? And of course, on both sides of this damn thing, and then even more. We're just gonna, you know, that's great. At least they're taking care of it. But due to how heavy this thing is, we're gonna cut short so I can do an unboxing and hook up the battery, okay? I would say you hook up the battery first, and then you plug it into the wall, and you let it charge for like 15 minutes or a couple hours, just in case. Never know. Anyways, we're gonna show you my Cyber Power one that's close to this quality. It's close to this one. It has more colors as far as like the display screen, and it seems easier to read. So that's why I kind of like the Cyber Power one that I've got. I've probably got about 12 or 13 battery backups in the house, or maybe more actually. I just keep buying them. I don't know what's wrong with me, right? But unfortunately in this situation, these APC has always been a leader and has really been the forefront of steady voltage and doing a good job. So I'm going to show you a video here of my Cyber Power one, and then I'm going to get this out and set it up to show you. Okay? We'll go from there. Here's a good power supply by Cyber Power, and this one seems to work pretty good. This is more of a premium one, so it's going to cost a little more, around the $200-300 range, but as you can see, you can cycle through and see everything on the display that's nicely colored. Unlike some of the older versions of APC, this one seems to be doing pretty good. So it's telling you a steady 12 volts input and output steady 12, and of course you got the hertz, and then you got wattage, which there's like no wattage being drawn from this. and this is like my backup, and the battery's at 100%, so that's good. And so it basically 190 runtime, and it's a lot bigger of a unit. And as you can see, it says Cyber Power. This one here comes pre-loaded and everything, so you don't have to hook up the battery. It already comes with the battery hooked up, which makes me wonder, you know. So most APCs will come, or all APCs come with the battery disconnected as a safety feature. So in this situation, this comes pre-installed. You just plug and play. This is the only Cyber Power that I think's any good. All the other ones are kind of junk, because whenever the battery starts to get a little bit low or whatever, it starts to fluctuate voltage, and I don't like that. So Cyber Power needs to work on that. We need a steady voltage out, not barely any voltage. Okay, now we're gonna go on to the next stuff. Okay, so I took this bad boy out of the package, and it was no different than being heavier than hell. I swear, it is the heaviest battery backup I've got. Now, as you can see, this here is what the box comes as, and it is no different. It's got padding on the bottom, and nothing special down in there, but does have a cool box. It's almost like a box worth keeping. Now, let's see here. Can we do all this in one, huh? So, this is going to come wrapped like crazy, and it is no different than anything else. I almost wonder, should I have unwrapped it first? So, you know, it's a heavy duty unit. It is. Let me unwrap it first before we get back to this. Okay, so we have unwrapped this thing. Unfortunately, it is a heavy unit. So the bottom is literally just a bottom with some like product codes and information. But as you can see, this thing is freaking huge. Okay, so they give you some nice wrappings here. And as you can see, it looks really, really nice. Let's go ahead and take a zoomed in of all of this good gear. Okay, so as you can see, this device here has a ring, it has a coating cover, this plastic stick cover. This will probably be your options. That's your light. There's your sound, unmute or mute. There's your power button. This thing has got some vents on the top, so you're going to have to remove this plastic. Obviously, the front of it has almost kind of cheap like China, but they're not USB 3.0s. They just seem to be your base ones. Whatever that is on there. And then it says Energy Star, like it's really going to save you energy. Now, this is actually the battery door that we're going to show you. And then as we go around here, there is another light right here that's really cool and changes colors. So I think that's really cool that they have a light on the back and a light on the front. And as you can see, we have in and out cable. I don't know what that TV, that's some ground, I guess. Building fault if that's red and lit up, not good. And then what's important here is you have battery and surge, and I still don't know why they separate this. So this is like just, these in here are just surge protector. They're not battery backup. This would be, I would think, might be a primary battery and surge because it's separate. And then here's your battery and surge all together. And it says down here, input 120 volts, 12 amps. So that's under your building fault amperage. Building amperage is 15 amps or 20 amps. And you want it to have something below 15 amps. And so right here you have the circuit breaker. So if that thing pops, you may have to push it in. Who knows? But anyways, let's get back to doing this battery, and we'll go from there. Okay, so here we are with the battery part, and it's real easy. You just have to push on these little tabs right here, and you kind of push down and then pull it back. And then of course, as you pull it back, you're going to see that this comes off of here. It's got a cool little APC kind of looking thing. And then here is your battery. Now they're saying to pull up on the battery and to plug this in. But technically you should be able to just plug it in as it is. and it just slides right onto the red. The black is already hooked up as grounded, and then you should be able to plug this in. They don't really define which direction to plug this in, so I'm going to assume that it just, you know, maybe it should be like this is what it looks like. I don't know why it's twisted. And it says pull up on the battery to do this, huh? Well, this is not so easy. So let's hold on here and take a look. Let me pull this battery up. Okay, so pulling the battery up does not help it. I know they say to pull the battery up, but not really, because that brings it out of the way. So this is how you would do it tab down wise. Obviously you can see that the tab here, you know, it's just, you know, it just slides right over. So this neck part would be on top. And so the little tooken out piece would be the part that you keep in there, as you can see right there. And that's how you would want to do it. It looks like with the tab kind of down or something. And so that's the way that it goes on there. And pulling this up doesn't make any difference. It doesn't do anything. So don't get to thinking that, you know, you have to pull it up, because they're kind of, you know, this cable is just not long enough. So let's go to hook up and charging and turning on. Okay, so this is why I like to do hands-on videos instead of having like a tripod, because tripods get in the way of everything. Now, as soon as you plug this thing in, these lights are going to light up. So I'd suggest you kind of grab the tab that it comes with and just go ahead and take that off. I know it's neat looking, and it's like, oh, protecting, and it does kind of protect it from dust. And then here's another tab right here that you can just kind of grab and pull back on. That's right, folks. So as soon as you plug it in, this thing lights up, which is really cool. But how much electricity am I wasting with this? Come on now. So let's turn it on. Okay, so you kind of hold down the button until it kicks on, and it does this really cool light up thing. Wow, you know. Is that really what sold it to me? We don't know. So an event means how many spikes or shortages has there been. Like, for instance, say your power cuts out for a second, but you missed it. Well, this will log it. Or say power cuts out, it'll log it, you know, whatever it is. But basically it's telling you an event happened. Now let's check out these options here. So you push this tab here. It says 180 minutes. There's your battery, that it's completely full, but I'm going to leave it on the charger. Like I said, as soon as you plug this in, plug it in separately. Don't plug anything into the device at all, and let it sit there and charge for a while, just to make sure. And the voltage or the wattage, the load, like if there's a heavy load, it'll be all the way up here on there. So this bar at the top here will fill up. If you've got a lot of devices plugged into it, it'll probably be maxed out. Or, you know, some of these new TVs use a lot as well. But as you can see, the wattage being used is nothing right now. And then the voltage. So voltage amperage is looking like zero load. Zero nothing. So there's nothing being used right now. That's why there's the 0%. And this right here tells you incoming power. So that's what that symbol is. 121 voltage or whatever. So 120. Okay. So you need a constant power supply. So let's keep going here. So the hertz, as you can see, might vary a little. Usually around 60 hertz coming in. And then I don't know if this is inbound or outbound or whatever, but there you have that. And then that, what, just turns off the display? I guess so. And so you can obviously, there's this button here. It looks like a light. I don't know what that means. Oh, you can change the colors. So what's cool about this is, let's see if we can get this in the video here. But it also changes the color back here. So you can change the colors, and that's actually yellow, and on the screen it's not showing yellow because of the camera. And let's see here. And that's another type of yellow. I guess it has all the colors. So green shows up as green, but it actually looks a lot better than this green. That's more of a bright green, you know, so you can go through the colors here and more colors, and they got blue and every color in the world, purple, and like I said, they have a whole bunch of colors. So I thought this was really cool that you can change the colors of the device. And so in the picture it'll show green, but you know, maybe everybody's into colors these days. Maybe you want blue. And so, like I said, this is one of the premium ones. I would advise you to get something like this. As you can see down here, I have other APC units. So this is like a mid-grade maybe, or a cheaper one. You know, what is that, a 600? Yeah, that's a cheaper one. But this is like, so I would hook up a power supply, you know, this right here, and then hook up a surge protector. Usually I'll have a surge protector, then the power supply, and another surge protector just to protect everything, and then everything gets plugged into that surge protector. I have many different types of surge protector, so don't quote me, but this one is a Monster Power. It's really hard to find surge protectors these days, but I only buy the quality surge protectors, or at least mid to high grade. Never buy those cheap ones, man. They're just cheap junk. Just go all out if you're going to do it. And so this pretty much concludes our video today. As I can say, this is a cheaper one down here, and this is what I was running my router on, and that's not going to be the case anymore. I have a whole bunch. I have like 4 big ones like this upstairs with the TVs and the gaming stuff, and then I have like 2 small ones upstairs, and then I have like a few more of these, and then I have some dead ones, like a Cyber Power one that's about that size, that's like dead. It doesn't hold a charge properly. So anyways, APC, way to go. I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Subscribe.
Zombie Apocalypse.